Good day, I am Brian D. Lecera.
I am Cresabel Joy Selvi Coronel.
And I am Krisa Timamitas, and we are your researchers. We are the group Z3066, and we are here to present to you our research titled Stance on Late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago's Speeches, a Discourse Analysis.
With language, we can take a stand. A speaker takes a position when they convey an objection by expressing their attitude or stand on the object. A speaker's stance determines the tone of their message and the language they use. Taking a stand can add value to the things we care about and build community. The link between stance taking, politics, and speech is intriguing. This study aims to discover stance kinds, how they project, and what stand is present in Miriam Defensor Santiago's speeches. 20 speeches of Miriam Defensor Santiago were analyzed qualitatively to address 3 research questions. According to Parini, society pressures politicians to develop weak emotional characters, mediatized and unmediated. Politicians appear as public servants and address societal issues. Political language matters. Political speech arises in media because language, politics, and media are interconnected. Cross-cultural intertextual links can be made. How the media accept political leaders' persuasive statements in news discourse is understudied. Political communication covers public, institutional, and private conversation on political problems. The writers take stance, impacts tones, which affects emotions. Speakers' postures affects their judgments, intentionality, epistemology, and social interactions. Position taking is when a speaker discusses an object to convey their attitude or relationship to it. A speaker's position is his opinion. Speakers can engage the audience. Many researchers have studied stance taking in recent years, social linguistics and dialogic position studies. Politics, language, posture, and stance are studied. These concepts are explained. Sarpo and Karambras. Study on terrorism in Bush and Obama speeches is liked. Anti-terrorism teachings included words, sentences, and structures. They persuaded with words, acts, and attitudes. Legitimize an anti-terrorism, delegitimize terrorism. According to Calon, he evaluated SONA. Inventiveness, flair, memory, and delivery were required. Most rhetoric shows presidents used words to sway viewers. Presidents should engage audiences with rhetoric or speechwriters. This study analyzes language and politics. The researchers hope that this study will allow them to learn and explore more about the beauty and color of discourse analysis. Make valuable contributions to the language department where this study can give more ideas about the language of discourse and how language is used to convey ideas and beliefs. Help the teachers to give more ideas on the types of stances used in speeches. Be of great benefit to students as they can improve their comprehension of political discourse analysis. Assist future researchers that aim to study more about the stances in the speeches of politicians and discourse speeches. The purpose of this discourse analysis examines Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago's speeches remarks, especially her speech's positions. At this stage of the research, the researchers are analyzing the distinguishing qualities of Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago's speeches and its components, which will be the core topic of this research. This study analyzes Miriam Defensor Santiago's speeches for position types and compounds.
Good day everyone, this is Questabel Joycel V. Colonel, and I'll be the one who's going to discuss the methods that are used in our study, which is the stances of late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago and discourse analysis. So here the researchers utilized 20 speeches of the late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago, as well as arranged it chronologically from December of 2009 to May of 2016. The speeches are political, motivational, and academic. Some of the speeches are delivered in universities and Senate Congress, and it is limited to only 1 to 5 pages. The likeness and emotion that is evident in the speech will be observed, and the utterance that is present in the speech will be the subject of the analysis. As we can see here in Table 1, or the corpora of the study, we have here the corpora, the title of speeches, the type of speeches, the date and venue of speech delivery, date and location of publication, as well as the number of pages. For the research design and procedures, discourse analysis was a chosen medium. It was stated that discourse analysis is a qualitative research method that investigates the uses of language in social contexts. And as researchers, we cling to our data material. The quality of the findings or results of this research is based on the researcher's ability to present valid argumentations for findings or results to readers while giving a fair presentation of data, which is also stated by Thornhill. To secure legitimacy, the researchers will obtain transcripts of speeches from online sites, and from here on, we will analyze its segments through the lenses of discourse analysis.
Now, let us proceed to the results and discussions of the study. As previously stated, the goal of this qualitative study is to examine the 20 speeches of the late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago through the lens of discourse. For question number 1, what are the stances present in the speeches of the late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago? Through the study of Biber and Myers, the research resulted in 3 types of stance, namely the epistemic stance, the attitudinal stance, and the stylistic stance, as illustrated in Table 2. And these stances were seen in the 20 speeches of late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago. Epistemic stance, according to Biber and Myers, deals with stating of facts, knowledge, or beliefs towards certain stance object. And in the speeches of late Senator Miriam Santiago, there are 27 epistemic stance seen in her speeches, where she presented factual basis that supports her statements and claims. In addition, there are 17 attitudinal stances present in her speeches, where according to Biber and Myers, attitudinal stance is an emotional response chosen by the speaker and is used as a way of signaling her emotions. And in the speeches of late Senator Miriam Santiago, there are statements where she manifested her emotions towards a certain idea or topic to give an emotional impact to her audience. Furthermore, there are 28 stylistic stance seen in her speeches, where according to Biber and Myers, stylistic stance is regarded as being a type of affective stance, which also refers to the manner or style of speaking, and it can be realized using affective markers, modal verbs, and adverbs. And in the speeches of Senator Santiago, there are statements where she uses affective language to give impact to her audience and uses modal verbs or adverbs to emphasize her tone. Given the three types of stance present in the speeches of late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago, we further studied on how these stances project a stand. And through the stance triangle of Dubois, we discovered three classifications of stance taking, namely evaluation, alignment, and positioning, as illustrated in Table 3. As we further study the stances, epistemic stance is connected to evaluation as stance act because stating of facts, knowledge, and beliefs towards a certain stance object is or should be characterized or delivered as having some specific quality or value, and that is evaluation as stance act according to Dubois. In addition, attitudinal stance is connected to alignment as stance act because presenting your moral judgment or emotional response or signaling your emotions towards your audience will align or realign you throughout the conversation or throughout the interaction. Furthermore, stylistic stance is connected to positioning a social act because stylistic stance is regarded as being a type of effective stance, which also refers to the manner or style of speaking. On the other hand, positioning is the way or presenting a social actor to invoke value towards your audience, and using effective language or effective markers will help the speaker invoke value towards her audience by emphasizing her tone in her statements. As we consider the findings of our analysis, in this study, among the stances seen in 20 speeches of the late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago, stylistic stance dominates as the sole stance of Miriam Defensor Santiago. In her speeches, she utilizes the use of effective markers, especially the use of modal verbs and adverbs, to put an emphasis on her statements and tone. Furthermore, positioning as a stance act or social act also dominates in her speeches because it is seen that by using effective markers in her speeches, she is positioning herself to put emphasis to the ideas and message she wants her audience to understand and to invoke value through her statements. Conducting the study, we also came up to the conclusion that speeches delivered by public servants is more than just a speech. Politicians' speeches provide them the opportunity to communicate with the audience and elicit emotions. According to Biber and Myers, every message is sort of persuasion, argumentation, and evaluation in an explicit way or implied to get better interaction with the audience. From the researcher's point of view, late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago's speeches are very interesting to dissect and study. We may conclude that no matter what the event is, she always has a method of discreetly influencing them about her political views and advocacies, even she is speaking to the youth or to the people in her nation. That's all. Thank you.